Hope fireside chats where we will be exploring the subject of nothing whatsoever. Now, it's come to my attention that someone sent me a text message today with a piece in the New York Times about the growing fashion for doing nothing among millennials and whatever they're called, the younger people, Generation Z, raw dogging boredom and such things. And I applaud this. I think it's fantastic. Of course, I need to clarify some important principles here of doing nothing, since it has caught on in the culture as a trend. I'm just shitting you. Hey, everybody, welcome to the new year. This is the Do Nothing Project. If you've never been here before, I'm your host, Jeff. I'm doing this on Substack Live now. Used to be on YouTube. With me here are my friends, the community. Hello, all of you. Hello, Simone. Hey, Van. Hey, Marjorie. What's up, Amy? Love seeing the names. Hey, Kay, how are you? Oh, the Humanity. Great title. Suzanne, Fred. So thank you all for joining. Andrew, if you're here. And Joe and Milan. Happy 2026. I hope you've had a good time. I mean, I don't know when you would have had a good time, maybe on New Year's Eve night, but that's not what this is about. This is not about having a good time at all. In fact, if any of you accidentally begin to have a good time, you're do nothing wrong. I need to tell these raw doggers. Actually, the raw doggers of boredom had the right idea. They look like they're white knuckling it. That's the wrong idea. What is the Do Nothing Project? Honestly, it really is that. But it's not like everyone, I read, it's so funny. The neuroscience take on doing nothing is that it's the default mode network and it's this wonderful time to daydream and it's good for creativity and all that is true. And it's great to sometimes slip into not doing anything with no agenda and to let everything kind of unspool. It's definitely a more creative state. But the deep do nothing, of course, from a meditation perspective, it goes much deeper than that. It's not only it is trying to address, in a say, you could say our chronic restlessness and need for constant stimulation, but it's really trying to address it at the root by helping us notice all the layers and layers and layers in which we've decided this moment is too uncomfortable to hang out inside. So we have to daydream. We got to think about cool ideas. We got to send a text. We got to watch a movie. We got to avoid it somehow or rationalize it or whatever it is. It's this opportunity, and it doesn't have to be this pretentious. Obviously, you just sit around and have a nap, and sometimes that's what I do. But it truly is an opportunity to kind of, in community, sit down and try to notice where you're making a problem out of your experience, and to include that too, to welcome that into the larger story of what's happening. And the more we do that, the more we welcome in these ever subtler layers, the more we find that in the moment, there is no problem. This is a place that's of safety and connection that we can actually reset in and then find the energy to come back into our week. So I don't know. I don't always blab about that, but I just I had the thought that I wanted to say something in the new year about it. And I decided I'm going to make it look nicer. Instead of the ladder to nowhere, I'll put on this fire thing, which is probably going to cost me $45 in propane or whatever the hell this thing uses, natural gas. And let's meditate. So we'll do a 25-minute sit. As always, you can do it your way. You can be slowly moving. You could be in a proper formal meditation posture. You could be lying down. I'll just offer some loose stuff around. I was thinking I would do I've been just working on my post for this week around, I'm going to do a reboot of my Welcome to the Party. That's all about radical self-acceptance. So welcoming all the loathsome parts of ourselves. So maybe I'll just throw a few cues like that in there. Good to have you here. Let's do it. All right. Okay, so you think for a moment if you want to this to be quiet. If you hear more for the community, then you can just put the volume down. You can also kind of half listen. Cues sort of filter in as needed. I like starting with a few slow, uh, deliberate breaths. Sometimes it's where I notice I'm actually tired, or I'm actually whatever. Haven't had a breath for the past couple hours. I've been breathing high in my chest. So I've been like up and out, but here we come down and in. The breath can help with that. So just lengthening the out breath often is can have a kind of very subtle settling effect. Redirecting of the breath a little bit so you notice it in your body, especially in the belly. Well, the out breath is also about really arriving. So as you're letting go and dropping down, you notice the feeling of just being a body here, the sense of being connected to the chair under you, the ground. And here's the place. This is it. This is where we make our stand. The present moment. So we welcome what's here. That's always the move. No little fights against the neighbor's sound or the sleepiness or the busy brain that's still happening. That's all fine. Welcome, 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 welcome. Busy brain, distractions, sounds, uncomfortable body, all of it. Begin with where we are. And what helps you here at the beginning, maybe just kind of connecting into an attention. I'm going to truly do nothing here. I'm going to be easy on myself here. I'm going to, what? Be sincere. So, of course, the age old trick in meditation, especially at the beginning, is when there's lots happening, just choose one thing to lightly hang out with, whether it's the sensation of the breath or the an internal, repetition of a word, or whether it's an external sound. It doesn't really matter. Sensation of air on your skin. Out of out of the plurality of things, you choose one thing. And not like you're white knuckling it or trying to penetrate it, or just like you're appreciating it. Oh, this thing. What would it be like to be modestly satisfied by this humble breath or this humble tingling sound, and pretending you enjoy it a little bit here at the beginning. Now, leave you there for a bit. Infinitely patient with yourself as things settle. If they settle, they may not. Can you be patient anyway? Not in a rush. As a little kind of pointer, I it can be interesting if you're, say, working with the breath to notice any urgency to get to the next breath, either in the breathing itself or the way you're noticing it or counting it. The same way if you are repeating a word internally, like you're repeating beat. It's like the word drops vertically down instead of with beat, a beat, like you're kind of anticipating the next one. Whatever you're noticing, can you drop vertically down the energy of it? You notice sound, breath, and it's like it's landing, sensation. You know what I mean? It's this quality of being unhurried, of enjoying the thing in the moment for exactly what it is. Your mind wanders, you come back. That's the rhythm. It's part of it. No need to problematize it, just accepting it as part of how it all goes. Yeah, so you might be working with a home base, just hanging out with a sound or sensation. That's fine. Or you may be, your attention may be more broad, just kind of being, noticing the whole sense of being. Both are fine. If there's a kind of gripping to hold on to the thing, see if you can kind of let that be a bit more relaxed, maybe just let it come to you. Eventually, you may not even need a home base in the sense that what's this in the service of? To just be available to life, be okay with how things are in the moment, to be receptive to kind of listening, availability, synchronizing. It's so simple. It's exotic. And whatever else is here, you welcome that into, doubt and, yeah, I'm not doing it right and all that. It's all welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Good. So the reason meditation's an insight practices, because when you sit and don't do anything, you can sometimes notice that you're carrying something around with you that you hadn't noticed, before you started. So there could be something now, a sense of dissatisfaction with how the meditation's going, or that creeping urgency around something else you want to do, or a background mood, like some old grief or something. Maybe just a vague sense that this too won't work out. Maybe an expectation that something should be otherwise. I just throw these out there, but then we sit and do relatively little. It's like something can kind of come to the surface. We realize we were kind of in this thing in a low level way for a while. So can we welcome that in? Welcome that into you're like, all right, come on in. Welcome to my direct experience. Get curious about it. Or just let it pass, breathe, come back to not doing much of anything. Yeah, all right, last couple minutes. Nice to finish on, some appreciative note, maybe gratitude practice, or some appreciating whatever you want to appreciate, whatever comes to mind, animals, children, people in your life. You can say thank you. You can, however you want to put the cherry on the top of this period of not doing anything. Maybe you want to say thank you to someone in particular. Maybe you want to spend the last minute welcoming in all the reprobate parts of yourself. All the imperfections which make you interesting. Could say which make you perfect. Hmm. All right. Thank you, friends. If you're just joining now, well, you missed another rousing episode of Nothing Happening Whatsoever. It will be archived for your viewing unpleasure. To hang out. For some reason, it always feels a little different for me doing this on Substack than on YouTube. I think there's more of a sense that random people are joining in, which is cool. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. I'll be back next week. I got like I said, I was working on this. I had a really fun time today working on this meditation called Welcome All the Fucked Up Parts of Yourself or something like that. So that's going to come out on Friday. A good piece around the medicine of self-acceptance and what that looks like, how deep that is. So I think this gets posted like pretty much right after, as soon as I stop. And yeah, we'll see you next Friday for the post. And next, just go into the comments. Hey, how are you, Berta? How are you, Paul? How are you, Elaine? Beth? Lynn? Katie? Fred? All right. See you next week. Hey, Doug, how are you? Doug, I freaking love this group. Nice, buddy. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, how do I do this again?